Let's check out a gold miner that is working on reviving a site in Guyana, which is at the top of South America, that once produced 300,000 ounces of gold annually. We're joined by Elaine Ellingham, President, CEO and Executive Chairman at Omai Gold Mines. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We're going to pop up a map of Guyana to remind us where it is. And so your project it's quite a bit inland. Tell us about how remote it is before we get going, because, I mean, Guyana is a country of rainforest.
Right. Actually, it's not remote at all. It's interesting. We're right off the main road corridor that goes down to Brazil. So actually, we're a unique project in the sense that we have road access, and as a lot of people know, that there's been a tremendous boom in the offshore oil industry in Guyana. They had discoveries in 2015, and that's been an economic boom for the country. Just a tidbit. I mean, they say that the GDP per capita for Guyanese is going to be the highest in the world by 2027. Gives you an idea. But so we are the beneficiaries because they're investing a lot in infrastructure projects, and one of the projects is paving that road down to Brazil. So by the end of the year, actually, we'll have paved road access to within 10 kilometers of the project. So you might think it's remote, but actually not.
It's a tiny population, I see, only about 800,000 people. That's an interesting dilemma I think they're going to have in dividing up that oil wealth, but we better not get too bogged down with that. Stifel just started coverage of your company, and they say you have a scarcity value. You have potentially more than 5 million ounces in the ground, but a pretty decent grade, 2 grams a ton, and there's not many mine projects like that out there, especially in North America.
Absolutely. In fact, earlier this week, we released our mineral resource estimate, and it was up 50% from about 12, 14 months ago, which is a tremendous feat for any project. But in fact, it was from a fairly large number. So we're sitting at about 6.5 million ounces. So it definitely a rarity for projects of that size.
And what have you got any kind of a capex cost? I know there's 2 deposits or 2 potential plays within. Have you put out any kind of a number on capex?
We did an economic study last year, but of course we've expanded so much in the last year that that's already in our rearview mirror. So we are going to do an economic study again by the end of the year. But just order of magnitude, we are probably looking at a 20-year mine life, something that's going to, again, probably in the same order as before, produce in the order of 300,000 ounces a year for 20-year mine life. So it means a big operation, big plant, so probably $1 billion.
There's obviously acquisition talk when people see a company like yours. Can you open your cards? Could you show us any of your cards on that? Have you had any approaches?
Well, I think because this was a past producer, when I first started working on this project, it was clear that it could be large again. And so I think the way we have to look at it these days is with the gold price, which I think hit a new high today, if I'm correct, that the producers are generating so much cash flow. There is strong push from their investors to expand and have growth in production. And it's difficult to do organic growth in that kind of magnitude. So in fact, acquisitions is a big thing in their wheelhouse these days. And what are they looking for? We have good grade, we have road access, we have a cleared site. We have a government that is really wants to see this project redeveloped. So we're in the permitting process already, which for the stage we're at, we're a long way into the permitting. I think obviously, we are attractive to companies looking for a big project.
And of course, it was Canadians that mined it before, Cambior and IAMGOLD, between 1993 and 2005. Why did they leave the site ultimately?
Oh, there were all sorts of reasons. I think one of the main reasons was the gold price was under $400 an ounce. Oh. So it is actually incredible that this was profitable for every year of operation, despite the fact that gold price was so low. I think it's there were other reasons. They had actually acquired a large mine over in Suriname, which is just to the east. And this project had a 20,000 ton per day plant, which is really big. And so they had made the decision to help that new project that they were going to take the mill from here, which they did. So for me, it was the perfect project because everybody knows, one of the best places to explore for new deposits is where there is known old mines, and this one hadn't been explored much at the end. So it was an actual treat to find a project like this to work on. It's come together very quickly.
You've had a fascinating career. You're a qualified geologist. You headed up the mining at TSX for almost a decade, and then you were with Richmond Mines on the board, and they were taken over by Alamos. So we'd love to have you back soon, but we are out of time. Thank you very much, Elaine.
Thank you, Andy.
Elaine Ellingham, President, CEO and Executive Chair at Omai Gold Mines.